satisfying their hunger. Any wonder why we relate to zombies? We take a trip to George Romero's Land of the Dead. Plus, let's stop all this handheld device infighting once and for all. Cnet senior editor Will O'Neill brings peace to your palm. And finally, we attend the first ever Deviant Art Summit because we just can't resist vinyl toys baking in the hot sun. Now, burp up your fizzy lifting drinks. It's Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Welcome to Attack of the Show. There was a little different inflection at the beginning. You're ready. You're energetic. Going crazy. What's going on?
I don't know. I shouldn't do that. I'm too old for that.
Woo! Crazy. I'm excited.
Excited. She got me going.
I thought maybe you were going to do the cruise there for a second.
Jump up on the table. Can you do it?
You have to do this. You have to be like, oh my God.
Whoa! Yes.
I'm in love.
I'm going to be Oprah.
Ferrero, what's happening in the life, man? This must be good.
I'm super excited because not only is it Thursday, which brings us closer to Friday, it's a land party day.
I know.
But I'm joined by my identical twin,
That's
Jeff
right.
Keighley,
We're here.
apparently, according to the forums.
Our clothes aren't quite the same.
No.
But
their forums were a little upset. They got confused.
I know. It's like it's a compliment, though.
It is definitely. Because
So
you
it's good
have
to be
my
back.
eyes, and therefore you can get into clubs, etc.
That's right.
Welcome back to the show. It's good to have
Thank
you
you.
back.
I'm glad I was in New York for a couple days, but now I'm back and ready to see the goods, right?
Good. Well, we've got plenty of them. First off, let's start with Miss Lane on the couch.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going over there, Sarah?
I've collected myself,
Yeah, I still haven't. Actually.
I like the hair too, Sarah.
You'd like the hair?
Yeah.
I know.
Very nice.
You know, I do a little pink every now and then, but today all the boys seem to notice. I don't know.
It's
Something's
the
in the
ride.
air.
It
Something's in the air.
happens.
I like
No,
it.
see, I never thought you guys looked like identical twins until I saw a rerun of the show, and I was like, oh my God, it's the same person. Except one's really obnoxious and one's, well.
Do you want to call out the?
No.
you wanna
We'll talk
differentiate?
later.
No,
Sarah.
we'll
All right,
talk
exactly.
later.
Okay.
Jeff
Fair
knows
enough.
what's up.
Wow. I was going to ask what's on the show today with Sarah, but that's okay.
Oh,
we'll
we
just
got
get right
lots
into
of stuff.
That's
Lots
awesome.
of
Thanks,
stuff.
Sarah. Appreciate it. One site I want to talk about, it launched a couple days ago. It's starting to get really big. A lot of people are using it. It's called Found City.
Nice.
Have you heard of the Found City?
I haven't, but you're going to tell me about it.
I'm going to tell you all about it right now, Jeff.
It looks like a Google map, though, or something.
Yeah, it's like the
right?
convergence between tagging, which is, taken off. It's basically categorizing things by words and letters and numbers, if you so wish, and the Google Maps. So here we're looking at Manhattan. Right now they have support for Manhattan, Brooklyn, and San Francisco. And essentially, you can say, all right, at this location, at this GPS spot, I tagged it. Pizza truck. There was a pizza truck here. I got good pizza from it. The guy tagged it. You can see more info on it.
But the truck
if
would
you
be
want.
moving, so how would you actually know?
Well, you would assume that it probably pulled
Is
over
always
there
there.
or is always there at some point in the day. But,
All right.
there you have it. So I can go into, this is a user by the name of GlowLab. He's one of the top taggers right now. And I can say, abandoned bike. It's not just for restaurants. It's not just for anything like that. Here's a picture of an abandoned bike. It just happened to be there. And so I can pull it up. There's the picture. It is at 197th and 6th Street. I can go there if I'm looking for a bike tire or if I just want to see if it's still there.
Well, hopefully they'll do things where you can add reviews too, because it'd be neat if other people could go there and kind of comment on whether that's actually something you'd want to see and stuff like that. So they got everything.
Well, exactly. Like this is here we let me show you
fruit stand.
A fruit stand. Yeah, exactly. So if you're ever in this area, you can just pull it up and say, okay, GlowLab says there's a fruit stand right there.
Is it good fruit though?
Well, he didn't review it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
He didn't enjoy the tasty fruit
That's
provided.
good.
But
neat site.
It's nice. You can share your tags with anybody, or you can keep it personal. Whatever you want to do. So I think I'm going to start tagging once they bring it to LA.
Nice
Why
idea.
not?
I'm sure Google will either be shutting them down or buying them. Or
Google will probably
soon.
sue them and just into the ground and then take their tagging.
That's a cool idea.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, it is there. Also cool is something that Rockstar Games has done. Rockstar, apparently when they're not making multi-million-dollar selling games, they decide to work on the beats.
Well, cool. That's the cool thing about Rockstar is they sort of keep their, the street vibe, and it's they're always willing to kind of give back to the community. This is totally free.
Yeah, apparently Macromedia Flash is huge in the urban scene. All the kids on the street are always talking about Macromedia Flash.
It's all about the Flash.
And that's why they've created this beta rating.
It's cheaper than getting Logic or something like that.
It is, and that's the thing. Yes, this is a completely free, no frills. barrier entry level beat maker. And
I like it. We got the beats going.
This is something that I threw together within 2 seconds of literally clicking and dragging a loop in and saying, okay, I want some drums here, and I want some bass here, and a sample there. But aside from like simple little things, you can actually get rather complex with it. So I can pop open a sound panel here. Let me stop it while it's playing. It is in Flash, so sometimes it can get really system resource hoggish. But there's our sounds. I can pop down a loop creator, actually play the piano, make my own loops, save them, and then save the entire piece of work under my username. I can have multiple songs, multiple samples, and then I can download it out in MP3 format.
And do we know why Rockstar is doing this? I mean, it's just such a cool thing.
They're so damn cool.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, yeah, we're that cool. Don't worry about it. And it's free, and it's there.
It's good. Well, that was Attack of the Funk. I liked it.
It was Attack of the Funk, yes. It was a horrible, horrible song, but it was there.
You tried at least.
I did try. Thanks for the credit, though. I appreciate it.
Do what we can.
And Sarah, you like the stuffed animals. Am I correct?
I do. Mr. Bear's been sleeping with me since I was a very little child.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
He needs a bath.
Lucky bear.
But
Should
whatever.
Just dunk him underwater for a bit. It'll be fine.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Oh, okay. Well, bathe him. Thoroughly.
What's going on with stuffed animals, though?
The reason I asked, it's good that you asked. The reason I asked is there's a guy who started a website, and for the last year, 365 days or so, he has been creating a stuffed animal every single day.
Every single day?
Well, he missed one day. He said he forgot to make one, which I call BS on.
That's a stuffed animal?
Well, yeah.
Just the one-eyed. Well, these are really cool. Like I looked through them. He's got he made an iPod. He made like a ghost out of like a tissue one day.
Yeah. This almost kind of looks like a head crab.
Right.
It's like,
Half-Life 2 Lamar.
Lamar's hanging out right there. There's a squid. I mean, every single day, this guy's got to come up with something. And some days, he even says himself, he's like, some days I really kind of phoned it in. I cut a piece of fabric and call it an eel.
How do we know he actually does these and doesn't have some sweatshop do them and ship them over to him?
Interestingly enough, you can't lie on the internet.
Okay.
So he wrote, hey, I'm making one every single day. So
there's no proof. I mean, I don't see the photos with the timestamps.
That is true.
Him actually constructing them.
Look at the
He
little
should
cassette
sell
tape
them.
one. Well,
that's really cool.
He's doing an art exhibit with all of them first. I think that at least that's what he's going for, and he's going to make reproductions of some of them.
Nice.
So
would you
there's
replace
possibility.
Mr. Bear with one of these wonderful toys?
Never replace?
No.
Would you supplement Mr. Bear, even?
Give him a special friend?
Even if anybody gets close to my bed, he bites their feet. It's just one-man show.
Yeah, okay.
Not sure about that. Exactly.
It's stuffed, Sarah. All right, and finally, we're kind of geeks on this show.
Yeah.
And I think a geek staple is to enjoy space or anything space-related.
Love that NASA.
Exactly. And NASA has put together an amazing piece of software. It's part of their Planet Quest little series on their website. It's the 3D New Worlds Atlas, and I would like to demo it for you real quick, if I may. So let me return to the map here. You can see your sun, or our sun, rather. I think we share it, at least.
Yes.
Is there in the middle.
Joint sun.
I don't get much use out of it, obviously. But there it is, nonetheless. And here are all the stars in the galaxy. So I can sort by stars visible to the naked eye.
Okay.
So if your eye is unclothed, this is what you'll see in the sky. And all the stars with planets, rather.
Okay, I gotcha.
If a star is a planet, it's listed, and here we can see, well, this particular star has several planets, and then I can see the star's rotation, and then I can see the orbits of the planets around said star. And even further than that, I can click through and see, okay, well, this planet here has a gas giant around it.
Right.
I can get more info on said gas giant or whatever I want. I mean, it's really well done. It loads quick. It's
Who needs
clean.
astronomy class anymore? Right?
Nobody does. Seriously. Instead of falling asleep during the class, fall asleep on your home computer. That way, when you wake up, you can go back to downloading porn.
But you'll be so much
perfect.
smarter.
Exactly.
So much smarter.
Exactly. I approve of it. It's your tax dollars at work, and it's good.
Cool idea.
All right, and since our guest host has done such a great job teaching you about the birds and the bees, we're going to take some relationship advice yet again. Jeff
I'm
Keighley,
ready for
the master of love, Mr. Keighley himself, is going to take care of it. The doctor's in the house, kids. The number is 800-839-7880.
That's right. You can also email us if you want to go to g4tv.com/askaots, and you can also chat with us in the IRC chat room. Just go to chat.g4tv.com and answer your questions.
That's right. And I said it before, Jeff. It's Thursday, which means we've got a LAN party.
Nice.
Party it up. Actually, it's not in full effect. It's in 3/4 effect because Brendan's not here. But nonetheless, we are playing the demo of Battlefield 2, and our Rackspace servers, they assure us that they're ready, so please feel free to kill your friends. Joining us today is actress, WWE diva, and digital pageant judge, Joy Giovanni. Joy, how's it going?
Great. How you guys doing?
Doing
Good.
very well.
Yeah. It's good to see you instead of Brad. That works for me.
Exactly. Now, are you rating the enemy soldiers as you're pumping them full of lead, or are you strictly a killing machine at this point?
I think I'm going with Killing Machine today. They they have kind of a lot of clothes on. It's nothing like video game vixens where you get to see the
We
bounce
can change
and
that
the
by the end
jiggle.
of the show, right?
Yeah, Jeff's actually on a mod, working on a mod right now.
Exactly. We'll take care of that by the end of
all
the day.
enemy soldiers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
I think that would be a great weapon choice.
What, the strip
The
ray?
disrobe?
Where you can-
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's good to have that as an option.
As long as they're female soldiers.
Exactly. All right, good luck, Joy. We'll check in with you in a little bit. We
Thanks,
appreciate you
guys.
coming down. Now, some commercials, but then we're going to have more show and then more commercials
works
and
like
so on
that,
and so forth.
yeah.
Yeah, you think they'd understand how it works by now, but
Absolutely. But you know, when we come back, Sarah is going to remember to aim for the head when she goes behind the scenes of George Romero's latest Zombie Fest. Stick around.
You know, we just can't say enough about zombies. They're so menacing, so unstoppable, and so much fun at parties. Which is why I'm glad zombie movie master George Romero is back.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
In 1968, 28-year-old director George Romero made a little movie called Night of the Living Dead and spawned a new film genre that's going strong almost 40 years later.
And moving toward the city.
There's nothing there, man.
Well, how do you feel when people say you invented the zombie film?
I never, even making Night of the Living Dead, I never called them zombies in that film. They were flesh eaters. We called them ghouls.
Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
I didn't even think of them in my own mind as zombies until people started to write about the film and called them zombies. And I said, geez, they are zombies. They're dead and they're walking around.
Romero resuscitated his Living Dead in a sequel called Dawn of the Dead, followed by Day of the Dead. Now he's back with the newest addition to his series, Land of the Dead.
Trouble?
In a world where the dead are returning to life, the word trouble loses much of its meaning.
Land of the Dead's modern world leaves much to be desired. What's left of the human race stays caged up within the walls of a city of a few haves and a whole lot of have-nots.
That's our way out. Get us there.
The people that live in this city feel that they're safe. There's an administration, sort of a self-styled government. There's the big man, Kaufman, Dennis Hopper's character, is basically, little Donnie Rumsfeld.
Zombies, man. They creep me out.
It's the kind of place where, if you're gonna survive, you better brush up on your zombie trivia.
You know, I didn't know that they can only be killed by the head has to be destroyed, the brain. You can only turn to a zombie if you're bitten.
Right.
I didn't know that either.
So you're kind of.
I didn't know that. I knew they were slow moving. You know, George always said, they gotta move slow because they gotta bring mortis.
Although they really do seem to perk up when there's flesh nearby. Persistent little buggers, too.
You don't come here and kill off my people, we're gonna get you. We're gonna hunt you down, track you down, we're gonna get you. Understand?
If you were bitten, would you want to carry on as a zombie, or you just want to end it all at that point?
Thanks.
Yeah? You don't want to find out?
No.
I'd be a zombie, what the hell?
I know.
Why would I kill myself?
I don't know.
I'm already dead. You never see anybody going to the subway during rush hour? That's what everybody does. Give me that. They all look like that. What's the big deal? I'm used to it.
Except that you might want to take the zombies in Land of the Dead a little more seriously. They're starting to evolve.
I'm sort of switching horses here. They're becoming the heroes slowly.
I know.
The humans are getting to be the uglier characters as the series goes on.
I mean, I really kind of felt for those zombies.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Frankenstein was sympathetic. King Kong was sympathetic, I think that's sort of the monster tradition.
Thank you. Thanks.
Of course, no zombie movie's complete without a cameo or two, right? Aren't those the Shaun of the Dead guys?
I accidentally bit somebody, but I was in the moment and she was in the way, so I had to bite. I'm sorry, she's infected. That's another one for the bonfire.
If you're into zombies, you know the latest masterpiece by George Romero is not to be missed. And for all you non-believers, you suck. Here's some gossip.
Will I get in trouble for this? Probably not.
Go for it.
Nicole Kidman's into zombie movies.
You wouldn't think.
Oh, I said I'm going to do this zombie movie. She's like, oh my God, is it a George Romero? Oh my God, that is so cool. I love those movies. I shouldn't have said that.
So I admitted in the piece that I wasn't a zombie aficionado.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to shoot him in the head to kill him, but now I do.
Now you do.
And it's going to come in handy, I'm sure.
Aside from being a funny and also very frightening horror film, it was an educational experience.
It was very educational. Yeah, I learned a lot.
So parents should take their kids
I feel stronger about
and teach them about zombies.
Yeah, absolutely. Land of the Dead, which opens in theaters tomorrow, June 24th. Zombie fans, you know who you are. Don't miss it.
All right, now don't go lipping off in search of brains just yet, because we're going to be spinning the bottle and playing 7 Minutes in Heaven in our little LAN party, you know.
And buying the wrong cell phone could lead to giant tumors with teeth that complain a lot.
Not again.
But don't worry, we'll help you avoid that terrible fate.
Thank God. You know, trying to find the right handheld device is not easy. One wrong move and you're stuck with something that doesn't know how to satisfy your needs. It's kind of like a Thai cat house. Anyway, CNET senior editor Will O'Neill is here to give us some advice. Will, thanks for coming on and clear it up.
How's it going?
It's going very well. Apparently you're familiar with Thai cat houses. You know exactly what it can be like.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Okay, that's smart. That's smart.
My mom might be watching.
Very nice. So, howdy, Mom. And I'm sure your CNET buddies are working. CNET is a real place, right? It's an actual company.
Yes.
A real building. It's not just like a .com that exists with...
There's an actual building. It's our own building. It's made of brick and glass and steel. It's
good.
Yeah, it's a real place. I go there every day.
Now, how'd you get the gig there? Did you have a blog, or you knew a guy, or just liked gadgets?
It's a long, sordid tale. This is actually my third tour of duty with CNET.
Oh, very nice.
I started there the first time in '96. I leave well.
You good. You make sure not to burn any of those those digital
I might
bridges.
be running back across that bridge later. So.
Good. All right, well, you came with some products today, some mobile devices of various nature, starting with the Trio 650. Now, I'm a 600 user.
Of course.
I have my own thoughts about the device, but I want to hear your spin on it. What do you think of the Trio?
It's a pretty cool device. It's robust. It's a great way to sort of be in contact with your corporate email or even your personal email when you're on the go, things like that.
Right.
You can surf the wireless web. It also has an SD slot up at the top, and you can put a 1 gigabyte memory card in there, and you can listen to MP3s. It can play videos. It has a camera as well. It takes pretty good quality.
And it's also
cameras.
a phone.
It does that. That's right. It's
it makes phone calls.
It's a phone. I forgot about that.
But my concern is it does all these wonderful things, and the problem that I have, and maybe it's been solved with the 650, but my 600, if I even look at it the wrong way, will crash or reset or forget all my phone numbers. I mean, is it still unstable too unstable to be a dedicated phone?
I think it's pretty stable. I mean, you probably just dropped yours or got into bar fights while it was in your pocket.
I have been in several. Yes.
Yeah. So barring that, it's a pretty stable phone. I mean, there have been a lot of. It's one of those love-hate type of devices. People they're so attached to it. And people will sort of complain about certain aspects of the device, but they'll continue to use it over and over again.
I bitch and moan constantly about my Trio,
use your 600?
but it's sitting back there and it's waiting for phone calls. All right, so that's the Trio. Now moving on, this is the Palm Life Drive?
Yeah, it's sort of like the update to the standard PDA. Mm-hmm. We all know that Palm's been making these guys for a long time, and this guy's pretty cool because it's sort of it's an interesting product in that it's kind of a mix between a consumer product and a corporate product. It has a lot of like multimedia features. It has a 4 gigabyte hard drive in it, so you can put a ton of MP3s on it. It can sort of replace your iPod Mini.
Is that what they're going for? They're trying to say, hey, instead of getting an iPod, get something with extra functionality, a nice touch screen, and get the Palm device?
Rather than carrying around a PDA and an iPod, just carry around a PDA that can do all that stuff as well.
Is that perhaps the weak part of this particular device because it's not a phone as well, and so people who don't want to carry multiple devices don't want to carry both?
That's a really good point, because the thing is, the Trio does many of the things that the Live Drive does.
Right. Are you finding that people still have PDAs? Because I thought for a while there was like the whole iPac Jornada, people feuding, like, it's West Side Story in the streets. But now I don't really see anybody carrying them around.
People still use them. I think that people use them a lot in sort of corporate environments, things like that, like hospitals and certain businesses still sort of have a reason to use them and things like that.
True.
And, every now and then we'll write some story at CNET and talk about the death of the handheld device, and we'll just get diluted with emails from people just telling us they were idiots.
From the 3 guys who still use it constantly. And they're like, dude,
those 3 guys each have 100 email addresses.
Exactly. AOL gives them away like candy, so they're fine. They're fine. All right, so that's the Life Drive. And what's this here? I see 2 different phones, but apparently they're very similar.
They're very similar. What this is an iMate phone. Here, I guess you're You're the hand model today.
Yes, I'm the Barker Beauty for today's segment. But all right,
so the white one is it's only available in Europe, but you can actually buy them here over the internet, an unlocked version. But it's just this really cool device. It's called the SDA Music. It's basically designed to sort of replace a standalone MP3 player, but it's also a phone. So it also runs Windows Mobile.
So why don't we have this here in the States, or why don't we have this particular design? Why are we stuck with this one?
We have that one because this one's less cool.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So is there a science behind this? Or is there a reason North American cell phone users get kind of shafted when it comes to cool handhelds?
Japanese users and European users, they're just cooler than we are.
I hear you.
So they get all the cool fancy stuff.
All right, understandable.
Yeah.
Will, thanks for coming on.
Sure. No,
we appreciate it. Good look at the devices there. For more information on Will O'Neill and these products, check out our show notes, won't you? And you know what? While we were at it, we checked out the outside world, and you're not missing a thing. So stick around, because the feed is going to be heaving chunks of information directly at your skull. And of course, the LAN party, well, it puts the IT in titillating. Did it? I don't know if I read that right. I might get yelled at. Welcome back. We saved your spot for you. It's nice of us. DeviantArt.com held their first ever art summit, and we thought we'd attend, but not empty-handed. Oh no, we brought Zinfandel. And Sarah's got another damn good website for your browsing pleasure. But first, there ain't no party like a LAN party. Holler. The game is the Battlefield 2 demo, and today we are joined by the lovely Joy Giovanni, who will not only frag you in the LAN party, but she'll also judge and rank you based on your jiggly parts. Is that not correct? Or
Pretty much, most days,
Good.
more so than not.
But you're a nice judge. You take it easy. You're fairly lenient on the jiggly parts.
I think I've been fairly lenient on Video Game Vixens. Yeah.
So you're on the Video Game Vixens. You're a judge now.
I'm having so much fun.
And what's it like judging a virtual girl?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
They don't say anything back to us.
This is true.
No, they're incredible.
What do you look for in an actual video game vixen, though? Is there what makes them stand out? Because they're not real exactly. So how can you
Well, we have some different categories that we've been working with. So within the categories, like best butt, for example, you just kind of
seen a couple of those.
Who's showing it off? Who's jiggling it? Who's wiggling it?
Nice.
And then the overall vixen has to just have everything be, just hot. Killing machine.
Just to be the perfect all-around figure.
The complete package.
All right, very nice. And speaking of being a killing machine, how are you doing today in the old LAN party?
Yeah, I'm really sorry for everyone who's on my team right now.
Yeah.
I'm learning, but this game is really, really cool. I could see how I could get totally enthralled in it and just be at my computer 24 hours a day, gaming myself into oblivion. Yeah. It's really
300
addictive.
guys out there just went through puberty right now, as you said that, by the way.
Guys.
So they appreciate that. Now, I also heard on the internets, the people on the message boards, they were typing. Apparently they thought you might actually be a virtual vixen yourself.
I did read that about myself. Contrary to popular belief, sometimes I read what you guys are writing on those little chat sites. I blog on there.
So you actually log on?
I do. Okay. I don't ever chat back and forth.
You should.
Don't
That'll open the
participate.
doors to all sorts of creepiness. But.
Yeah, and I might get worse comments. But I sometimes do read them, and I noticed actually right after the first episode of Video Game Vixens aired that there was a little bit of a debate about whether I was actually a virtual girl or a real girl.
Really? They thought you were like a holographic projection or something like that?
I don't know. I guess so. You guys are really talented here, but
yeah, I don't think we have the technology to pull that off. We're no ILM. But all right, now some people recognize you as from your work on WWE. You're a diva,
I'm a
as
diva.
they say.
I'm a diva.
What's a diva exactly, Joy?
We're female wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's a good and a bad to this, I'm told?
Well, just in life, they're good and bad. And for the longest time on the show, I was the girl of the big show.
Oh.
So, and
does that qualify you as a good diva or a?
He's a good guy. So is his good girl. He's my 7 foot, 490-pound giant.
Gotcha. How do you feel about being the diva for the 5'9" kind of timid, pasty cable television diva celebrity?
I'm more of like a, getting rescued girl than actually doing the rescue.
Okay, good. Jeff, I'll have Jeff Keighley put you in danger. I'll take him down, slip him $20, and then we'll play some Battlefield tonight, if that's all right.
Oh. Am I actually going to beat one of you guys up?
Oh yeah, sure. You can take Jeff. I don't mind. That's fine. Okay. But we're playing Battlefield later, if that's all right.
if you don't mind losing.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not
okay,
a problem. Joy, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I'll let you get back to the gaming.
All right, awesome.
Be sure to catch Joy in the final episode of Video Game Vixens, airing next Tuesday at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. And be sure to keep fragging on the LAN party. In fact, we'll be giving away some Video Game Vixens t-shirts to the top players in each round. Now, here's the feed. Dizziness and nausea are normal.
At midnight, U.S. Code Title 18, Section 2257 went into effect. And this is important for those of you out there who run sexually explicit websites. But don't worry, we're not going to ask for a show of hands or anything like that. This federal law requires that all websites that feature any kind of sexual material to provide proof that all the participants are over the age of 18 or get shut down. Starting today, even sites like Rotten.com are either taking themselves offline or running banners over their photographs that read, censored by the U.S. government. While this law will certainly help curb the exploitation of minors, opponents claim it's one step toward letting the Bush administration silence any site they deem offensive. The only winners here, makers of granny porn, of course. No, relax, that was a joke. Now, since nothing gets us more excited than government conspiracies, and nothing does, here's another one. The Defense Department has begun meeting with a private firm. We picture both parties dressed in trench coats, deep in an abandoned parking garage. That's just us. In an effort to create a database of potential military recruits. Yeah, this new database will collect personal information, including birth dates, social security numbers, email addresses, grade point averages, ethnicity, and course of study for high school students between the ages of 16 and 18, and all college students. That's right. If your SAT scores suck, you're probably in the Army's favorite folder already. What's worse is that the information is being managed by a single firm called Be Now Inc. What are the odds of this thing being hacked and everybody's info getting into the wrong hands? No, you're right. We're just paranoid. And now, hey, some good news. If your mom said you never get anywhere with these games, check this out. A 13-year-old South African girl named Safura Abdul Karim became the youngest person ever published in a main medical journal for her research into the condition known as PlayStation Thumb. Safura interviewed 120 of her classmates who complained of thumb pain, redness, and blisters after playing video games, and wrote down her findings. Although the condition is similar to RSI, or repetitive strain injury, PlayStation Thumb is rampant among young people, while RSI is usually only found in adults. Asked if she played games, Karim replied with the obvious, "No, they're a waste of time." What? Did you expect her to beat Halo in between becoming a published medical researcher? Don't think so. And finally, I think we can all agree that online classes are kind of a joke. I mean, if you disagree, I dare you to get your next major surgery from a doctor who attended lecture forums. Yeah, I don't think so. But now it's gotten really ridiculous. Schools in Minneapolis, Minnesota are offering phys ed classes online. That's right, like do 10 jumping jacks. Are you done? Click yes or no. So now kids who sit in front of the computer all day can avoid even their state-mandated exercise. Way to go. School officials say this isn't the case. The program starts with a face-to-face meeting with a real gym teacher, etc., etc. Yeah, right. Your program's totally bulletproof, guys. Now, how many Battlefield 2 missions do we have to complete for an A in history? I would like to know. And that's the feed. Hit the showers.
Good power match.
There you go.
I thought that internet censorship thing was actually like kind of a joke. I really thought like websites were playing along. I'm actually still not 110% convinced it's real.
No, but I mean they're taking people down. I think it's always been a thing that they were. I think in some states you've had to deal with that, but now I think it's like nationwide. I guess.
I think it's not only pathetic, but what makes it even better is that this is only going to be a boom to offshore operations. Right. Because everybody now is just going to pay the extra $5-10 and have their files hosted on an offshore server. Right. They're only hurting the network admins and everybody. Exactly, they're only hurting everybody else in North America, in the U.S., and I think it's ridiculous.
Absolutely, we still got to wait and see what's going to Supreme Court with the file sharing case. It's another big thing. That we're waiting to hear this week. So
we'll see. Politics.
Exactly.
All right. Turn off the Morrissey CD and put down the broken glass. We're taking your relationship calls in a little bit.
And I hear that the DeviantArt Summit was really cool. I didn't get to go, obviously, but whatever. I'm okay with that.
That's good of you. Here on Attack of the Show, we like things that are, to put it nicely, a little different. So when we heard that DeviantArt was holding its first ever art summit, well, we grabbed our leather goods and headed out.
DeviantArt.com is the largest art community in the world. What we've done is we have created a place where any artist in the world can come and showcase their artwork, and fans can come and check out all the work and interact with the artists, and those artists can slowly but surely build a very large fan base. It was inevitable that we would have a physical gathering, and what I wanted to do was recreate DeviantArt.com itself in a physical space. So that's what we did. We created the DeviantArt Live forum, and just like the forums that we have, people can go and choose their own topics and make the event theirs, and there's the DeviantArt Live gallery, and people walk by and give them comments. There's a lot of traditional artists on DeviantArt, but there's also now 3D art, digital art. There's a lot of game art interpretations. There's a lot of fan art out there. Anime is a huge community and category at DeviantArt. Tattoos, anything you can imagine. I mean, if it's art, we embrace it. But I would definitely say that the merging of all these communities, DeviantArt is embracing those communities, bringing them together, and so new art forms are being born because maybe a tattoo artist would have never had exposure to an anime artist, and maybe now they're doing anime tattoos, and maybe so it's definitely a community, and it's a creative community, and it's evolving. Fractal art is art that's drawn using math. People come up with mathematical formulas and they produce colors, and it's really amazing what you can do with a computer. It's perfect art in a lot of senses. And pixel art is drawn dot by dot. So you'll get these massive canvases, and the artist that drew that canvas has drawn it a pixel at a time on the screen. So we're using a Wacom tablet or mouse, just dot, 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 sort of like 8-bit Nintendo, the old school Nintendo. That was kind of like pixel art.
Poser is a 3D figure design and animation tool. It, in its heart, is a digital mannequin. What we see on screen here is Jessie, the female model in Poser, and she has a couple really nice and special features.
It's really great to finally have a platform. One of the things that artists tell me when they write to me is thank you for this tool, because it motivates me to create art.
Love that DeviantArt stuff.
Gotta love it.
One of my favorite websites, and I'm glad that they had the summits, and I hope they keep having them more and more, and just to encourage that community to grow.
Always good
to
encourage the community.
Do it for the kids, really. Do it for the kids. All right, for more info, check out DeviantArt.com. Now, the Advent Rising Race to Save Humanity contest has been postponed.
Uh-oh, what happened?
On hold. I'm sorry.
The Rising has stopped.
It has, but only momentarily. It's just for 1 week. However, even though the contest is taking a break, we've still got a prize from Sobe.
That's right. It's quite the prize,
too.
It is. Electric guitar. Look at that. Pretty nice. That's quite the prize. And who's going to get this?
Our first caller today, actually.
Wow. Okay.
So when we take one, he's going to get it. Oh, why don't we do that right now, then? Why don't we give it away?
Let's take
the caller. All right.
Who's the lucky caller?
Brad, joining us on the phone from McCarley. Are you there, Brad?
Yeah, hey, guys.
Brad, look what you won.
You got a guitar, buddy.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah,
you don't even have to. Yeah. I mean, you might get an answer to your question, you might not, but at least you can jam now.
That's all I need.
Go, right?
So anyways, but I'm sure you have a question. What's your question?
Yeah, I was wondering what kind of games that I could use or play to introduce my girlfriend to the wonderful world of video games.
Well, it's like Tetris is always a good start. The simple things, Sims.
Oh, because girls don't understand all the buttons, right, Jeff? It's just too many for them?
Yeah.
Well, it's like... Hey, I think normally it's like I think you got to start them with something simple, because I think you look at a lot of these other games, they get really, really complicated. Look at Joy when she's playing Battlefield. It's like it's a really complicated game, and it's like there are other games I think are easier to get into. But a lot of girls love the hardcore games.
It's not that they can't handle Halo. It's just that they don't have the experience of playing the game.
Understand it absolutely. So it's like I'd start with some of that kind of stuff. But you can go on to the hardcore ones.
You just hate women, Jeff. Admit it. All right, Steven joins us on the phone from Albuquerque. Are you there, Steven? Steven, are you there, buddy?
See, he found out he wasn't going to get the guitar. He's like, forget
Steven,
that.
if you say hello, we're giving you a guitar.
No,
right.
Steven's going.
No guitar for Steven. I was ready to give it out.
Exactly.
All right, let's drop the end. Steve joins us on the phone now from Pittsburgh. Are you there, Steve?
Hey, I'm here.
Guess what you just won, Steve?
What?
It was only the first caller, wasn't it?
Yeah, you didn't win. I don't think you won anything, buddy.
No, I got my hopes up.
Well, no.
But you got good questions, Steve.
You are going to win an amazing answer from Dr. Love, Mr. Keeley himself, so feel free to ask away.
Steve, lay it on me. What's the question?
Perfect. Well, my question was, is it possible that Chinese food can ruin my relationship with my girlfriend?
Ruin it? Wow.
Is she not a fan of Chinese food and you are, and that's why?
What? I'm sorry?
She doesn't like, the egg roll. She doesn't like, what doesn't she like about Chinese food?
Every time, I can't get her to go
smell.
eat Chinese food. Every time I eat it, she doesn't want to be around me. Like, if we go out and she even smells it on me, like if I had it before and I didn't brush my teeth well enough, she goes crazy.
And you're not going to stop eating it? You can't handle giving up the Chinese food for the girl?
It's General Tso's. That's good chicken.
It is good chicken. It is good chicken, man. I don't blame
I don't know. It's like you got to make a choice, I guess, right? Is it the chicken? Is it the girl?
I'd say General Tso. I got to be honest.
Right,
I think the answer here is clearly the Chinese food is going to ruin it. It's fine. Find a woman who really likes a spicy tuna roll. You'll be fine.
Absolutely.
It's good.
That's good advice. All right, guys. Well, now I'm going to make it worth your while to come back after this. And by me, I actually mean Sarah.
Oh, because she's got a damn good website that will blind you if you look directly at it. So don't avert your eyes, Joe. On the next attack of the show, we've got the twisted animation behind Shorties Watching Shorties and Wonder Chosen. It's Aaron Augenblick, and we roll up on Batman Begins with OB. That's original Batman, Adam West. Holy generation gap! And finally, we promise to get your head bobbing with rapper Pitbull. Oh, you can't wait until tomorrow, right? I know. I'm going to bed right now. I'm actually not going to bed right now, Jeff.
I'm going to come back for the music tomorrow, though.
Yeah, rapper Pitbull's going to be good. Going to be very good. But, you've heard of the Flickr pools, right?
I have.
We
absolutely.
know them.
Love Flickr.
We love them. We pee in them. And yet we're still amazed at how it has almost single-handedly changed the way that people post photos on the internet. I mean, it really has. So we're going to take a moment and kind of highlight some of our favorite pools and our favorite Flickr tools.
Let's do it. It rhymes, too. I like the rhyme. Look, you worked on that for a while. Okay.
When he comes here, I'm gonna pitch him some Flickr rap. I don't know if he's down with it, but I mean, he's been using the beat maker.
He'll be down with it,
We'll get
I'll join in on guitar. It'll be all right.
You got the Soviet guitar going.
Right.
Yes. Where up those strings from? All right. The first pool is actually called Pizza Pushers. Okay, the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Pushers. Now that's a mouthful.
It is quite a bit. Tourists, they like to take photos so that they look like they're pushing, or trying to right the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Right.
It's cute, right? What this pool is,
not
Pisa. Pizza, same diff. Well, here are pictures of people posing for pictures. So it's like,
from alternate angles,
exactly.
like on DVDs, alternate angles.
Exactly. So they all look pretty ridiculous here, and they're posing.
The whole family. Look at that.
They're entirely. It's tourists out having a good time.
Is this one guy? I mean, this is a pool, so it's obviously more than one guy has figured out this idea of doing this, which is great.
To take pictures of the people taking the pictures. Yeah. I think most of them so far are pretty much. That's it's a varied group of people doing the pizza push. So there you have it. It's a cute pool. It's a nice thing that happens. And again, these photos may have existed before, but they would have never really come together.
Put them together. No, that's fantastic. It's really
Flickr,
cool to see people doing that. And obviously, it makes a funny image.
It's pretty good. Now this one's also interesting. The Futurama. Whenever they open the episode, they have different text down at the bottom of the screen. And so this is just a simple little collection of all the funny Futurama openings. So some guy sat there and ripped them all off of one of the DVDs, essentially. And
unfortunately, there are no more.
He used Mac. Maybe you Photoshop your own, but they're there and they work, and it's a Flickr pool.
Right, absolutely.
And we love it for that. We love
bringing it together.
How about vintage drug ads?
Wow.
Need I say more? You want to see what Vicodin looked like back then? You could do it. We've got. I have no idea what this is. Apparently, this is for a headache or something like that.
That's right.
So these are just examples of Flickr pools. But here's what's really interesting are the Flickr tools. So give me a word. This is spelled with Flickr. So any word.
Let's go for video game.
Video game
guy.
I'm going to do it all as one word here. Video game. It's going to load. What it's going to do is go to Flickr, and pictures that have been tagged as a letter will now show up. And so, like, here's the letter V. We can see it here on this sign. I don't like that. I'm going to click it and change it. Well, there's a different V.
Okay.
You can go through and just find different letters. See, there's video O. We need a better O. And it's pulling out of the Flickr pools different letters to spell the word. So you can create interesting banners for your website and stuff.
Right.
It's there.
All on the fly.
It's very good. And finally, the Flickr montager.
Okay.
So if there's something you want to see, you want to do a video game or
what video game should we do, Prayer? Should we do let's do the Mario.
Mario. Let's try Mario. I'm sure something's tagged with Mario out there.
Right.
So you give it the word, it's going to go. It's going to find a picture that's been tagged with the word Mario. Oh, hold on. Let me proceed first, and then let me actually search. And it's going to find apparently a pic. No, there we go. Okay. It starts off. The default one is like a latte. So there's a Mario photo. Okay.
Nice. Wow.
And now it's going to find other photos that have been tagged with Mario and create a mosaic of that Mario image.
That's cool.
And yeah, once it's done
Nintendo
creating
will be proud.
Yeah, there you go. And
It's coming in.
Once it's done creating it, you can actually click on any image within the montage, and it'll make a montage
That's
of
cool.
that
So you can see his red cap there, getting the overalls in, and that's all. Look how many images there.
That's
That's
yeah.
incredible.
Very cool little program. Lots
Wow.
of innovative stuff with Flickr. So head on over to Flickr and splash around in some of the pools for yourself, but don't eat before you do. Now, hold on a second. Did someone say damn good websites? No? Well, could someone, please?
All right, Kevin. So we're going to a concert tomorrow night.
We are doing a
We're going to rock on.
It is going to it's going to be the best concert perhaps in the history of mankind. I got to be honest.
Because we're going to see
Dredge.
your favorite band in the whole world,
D-R-E-D-G.
right?
Yeah, they're one of my
Dredge.
favorites. They're definitely up there. I'm a fanboy. I'm a bit of a fanboy.
You're a fanboy, which is fine. So that's why this ties in very nicely to today's Damn Good Download. Looking at something called Live Plasma, similar to Music Plasma, which you might have remembered.
I've heard of the Music Plasma.
I featured it a while ago. It was very popular. If you look at it here, I've searched for Dredge. Here's Dredge in the middle here, and what it does is
Look at little Dredge there in the middle.
Yeah, he's my favorite guy.
Sphere.
When you find Dredge, when you do a search, it will show you, here's some other bands that you would like based on your liking to Dredge. It's kind of like how Amazon suggests things. So we've got a perfect circle, Deftones, then it'll say, well, and if you like the Deftones, maybe you'll like System of a Down.
Sure.
That
It's
kind
a
of thing.
great way to discover new music.
Yeah, and it's visual, so it's just a little bit more fun. What you can also do now, they've just sort of ramped up the site and they've given you a lot more features. So here on the left-hand side, we've got the Dredge discography, Catch
Nice.
Without Arms.
Just came out. Everybody
El
go buy
Cielo,
it. Yeah.
Motif.
That one wasn't so good.
Not so good. You can
Last
play
two
around
were
with the design a little bit if you want the little squigglies to look a little different. If you're
artsy and aesthetic.
if you really care about
you're
that
a
kind of
snob,
thing. But what's really cool is that now they have expanded it to movies, directors, actors, that sort of thing. So let's just say
that's a lot of info there.
I know. So we'll start over and we'll say Tom Cruise.
Love the Tom
We were talking
Cruise.
about the Cruise earlier, so I had to go there. So I'll just click on Tom Cruise as an actor and saying, okay, I'm searching for Tom.
Sure.
And when it comes up, it will show all of Tom's movies and how they relate to each other. Depending on, was it the same director of the movie? Was it the same year? That sort of thing.
Right.
Looks like we're slowing down a little bit.
Was he playing
probably.
volleyball on the
Everybody's
beach in
going
this
to Live
movie or in
Plasma.
that one as well? Yeah, apparently
Exactly.
everybody's hitting the site.
Everybody's
It's only really
hitting the
fast
site.
and responsive, actually.
So I'll show you what it looks like. I did also a search for Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Oh, wow.
So as you can see, there's so much going on. So it's like if you were into Rear Window or something. You all of a sudden you have, wow, I have all this stuff to look at. And all you have to do is click on Jamaica Inn, for example, and it will load a map and it'll give you all this information on the left-hand side, which is really cool. And also in the Legendary, if you're going, well, what's all with the colors in this? It's kind of confusing.
Sure.
It's sort of saying, if we've got an orange line, he's a person in a certain movie. If we have a purple line, he was a director of a certain movie. And then there's different color codings depending on if it's an adult film or documentary or horror, action, adventure, and all that good stuff. So not only is it music, but it is movies and actors and directors too, and anything you can click on, it'll take you right to Amazon if you want to buy something or find out more, read more about it, and you can even buy Dredge tickets straight from Live Plasma.
Not for tomorrow's show because they're sold out.
Sorry guys, maybe next time.
We got
So
the
get today's website link, liveplasma at g4tv.com/Sarah Lane Files. It's where all my stuff lives. Prime real estate, I gotta say. I don't want to brag, but
No, you're not. You're being modest.
it's kind of the place to be. Now, we know you have burning questions,
Oh,
which
is that what that is?
why we're going to be checking email and chat room. But, if you have itching questions, keep them to yourself.
Oh.
We're just burning.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
it's the red and it's... All right, let's take a little peek at the high scores from each team
How'd you guys do?
in our land party today. So let's see how they did. This is we're starting off with the American or the Allied forces, I believe.
Okay.
So there we go. Someone's getting a T-shirt in there. It's happening. And then we're going to take a look at the opposition, of course.
Silent Night, rounding it out.
Not bad. Congrats to everybody that played today, and of course, thanks to our guest, Joy Giovanni, the beautiful and yet
Spicing up the land party a little bit.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. If you didn't get to play this week, go straight to our website right now and register for next Thursday and get in there and kill some people. It's good fun for the whole family, right?
As always.
All right, let's see what's going on in the old IRC chat room, Miss Lane.
Okay, first one from G2 Wolf. What's the longest time the hosts have played a game straight?
For me, it's like, I remember it was the original Half-Life. I got like a beta version of the game right before it came out. I played it all the way through. It probably took me I probably played for, I'd say, almost 18 hours straight.
Wow.
Now, did you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I took a few breaks, but it was like,
Yeah,
it would
took
be
a break,
light
but-
outside and then it would just get dark, and you've had that experience where you just play all the way into
The
that.
first day I got broadband, back when it was at home, they came and hooked it up, and I played Quake World. My mother let me miss school, which was beautiful, and I played from Friday afternoon all the way until Saturday afternoon. And
Mrs. Pereira, look what you've done.
She's created a monster. All right, that is all for today.
Thanks to our guests, Will O'Neill, and again, Jeff Keighley. Woo!
Thank you, Sarah.
Mr. Keighley.
Excellent work.
See you guys tomorrow.
Night.
Pitbull's going to be here. That's right. We're going to rock out.
Attack of the Show wardrobe provided by Jinx.